take a deep breath and stop what you're doing. These uncommon old and bikini pictures of Plato that are circulating online are provoking passionate reactions. The entire story is about context, history, and the human cost of a viral moment, so stay tuned until the very end. I'll say this straight away, since Plato was a real person with a life full of many chapters, seeing old photos of her today makes us think rather than laugh. She is shown in these ancient pictures wearing beachwear from a time when fashion and photo sharing were different. It can account for some of the reaction on its own. Life is more than a single frame, but people often try to distill an old photo into a single story about a person's entire existence. First of all, the images themselves are artifacts. Examples of how they portray a particular period include how individuals posed for stills in movies, how swimsuit cuts were made, and how hair was styled. For fans of vintage television and popular culture, these pictures provide a window into a bygone era and serve as a reminder of her roles. Others are shocked to see a familiar face in a shape that is different from the ones they are used to. This surprise could lead to praise, tenderness, or derogatory comments. Second, think about consent and ownership. Many old photographs were taken in accordance with different rules and societal influences. Some were shared with permission, some were kept private, and some were made public years later. If someone chooses to share them, that's one thing. If the images are found and shared without consent, that's quite another, and that should make us take attention. Respect for the person in the photo should always come first. Third, consider the history of the face. Throughout her life, Dana has experienced both accomplishments and failures. She was young when she rose to fame, and this pressure affected many of her choices. It's easy to convert photos from her past into gossip without remembering the real person who lived beyond the camera's field of view. People often forget that behind the traditional splendor are long days, tough choices, and personal struggles. For this reason, context is crucial. Fourth, be on the lookout for unjust treatment. When youthful superstars from past decades wore tiny swimsuits, the debate was different. When we look at those images again, certain voices now critique them more vehemently. That illustrates how the way society views women has evolved throughout time. It also serves as a reminder of how harsh and skewed public memory may be. Fifth, think about admirers and the final destination of these images. For some viewers, the images evoke happy recollections. They remember performances, lines, and giggles. For others, the images reawaken old scars or elicit complicated feelings about celebrity and loss. Both answers are sincere, and rather than being ridiculed, they ought to be treated with kindness and composure. Sixth, remember that private information is swiftly made public through social sharing. 10 reposts, a headline, and ultimately a meme follow one repost. If you decide to share these images, think about whether doing so respects the past or merely feeds a cycle of attention that often hurts the subject of the image. If the images have artistic or historical value, frame them. If the leak was confidential, don't make it worse. Seventh, speak courteously. Comments that diminish or disparage someone's past are cheap and persistent. You don't have to agree with every choice someone makes. You can, however, talk about the image without making someone's life into a click. Eighth, think about the lessons the pictures teach about beauty and aging. Vintage photographs often represent ideals that were popular at the time. For this reason, they are neither timeless nor perfect. It does show how beauty standards change throughout time and how people are impacted by them. Lastly, if these images evoke strong feelings in you, use them constructively. Don't add too much to honor the trade, the era, or the person's memory. Write a sincere comment about a scenario that brought you joy, a passage that resonated with you, or a lesson you took away from the person's life. If you're seeking for more collected viewpoints that go beyond the sensationalism, please like the video, subscribe for fair looks into renowned situations, and kindly comment on what startled you the most when you saw these unusual photographs. Thank you for watching, and remember to treat people in pictures the way you want to be treated.